Our first speakers for today is a duo, architect Charith Wijesundara and architect Saneep Withanage. Before I hand over the stage to them, I believe that I wouldn't do justice if I won't introduce these amazingly talented young architects. Architect Charith Wijesundara and architect Saneep Withanage are two young architects who are eager to push the boundaries of their field through creative and collaborative approaches. They are deeply involved in the art world and have collaborated on local and international initiatives that integrate design and artistic disciplines. By bringing together their design expertise with the vision and creativity of the other artistic fields, they aim to create transformative solutions that tackle the challenges of this time. They strongly believe in the power of conceptual projects and their importance as building architects in discovering new and innovative solutions. With their passion for design and the creative process, they are constantly exploring new ideas and seeking out opportunities to expand their skills and knowledge. So I would like to invite on stage architect Charith Wijesundara and architect Saneep Withanage.
Hello and good afternoon to everyone. Thank you SLIA for giving us the opportunity to do this presentation. So today our topic is architects do not just make buildings. It's a topic that regularly after crits and with our chit chats, having a drink, we talk about. Is architecture is all about the built stuff? Is there any value for paper dreams? Unbuilt architecture has any value? Those kind of topics like designing for predicted situations. So those kind of topics we normally discuss during our late night chit chat. So luckily we graduated, like I graduated 2 years ago and he graduated last year. Anyway, we don't have buildings at the moment. So anyway, so we'll share our story, how we survive, what we like and the story behind us. So architects do not just make buildings, designing for the future with creativity and collaboration in times of crisis. So I'm Saneep Withanage, and my 10 years we have a connection. His name is Charith Wijesundara. We both studied together at City School of Architecture, and the common things between us, we do arts, digital art especially. We studied architecture and stuff, so both chartered architects at the moment. So we have given a topic, SLI requested to relate this to crisis, especially I think they have, they wanted to relate to the crisis of Sri Lanka, but we are having another crisis as budding new architects, how to survive and how to evolve with ourselves and find projects and do the resilience and stuff. So everyone asking how's life going, me an architect, we can say it's fine. So, and also we are, as a country, we are in between a crisis. So as two budding architects, with our late night discussions, how we are doing at the moment and what are our ambitions and proposals we are going to talk in this forum. So we strongly believe that the trained mind of an architect is very unique, and it's the strongest point is characterized by a unique set of skills and knowledge that are developed through years of education, training, and professional experience. So we have studied around a decade of time at the moment. So late nights and everything we have practiced, trained the creativity and everything like points like design thinking, giving solutions to problems and tackling problems in different ways, applying creativity into our projects as well as to our personal lives. And we have practiced to give attention to details, and we have developed communication skills. And most important, we have the practice of having collaboration with different fields, with architects, with non-architects, and with general public. So this set of unique characteristics, how we can apply into the architecture projects as well as into the projects that we are going to talk today. So with this, we are going to show some precedent studies, so with foreign examples as well as local examples, how in the world architects are not just building the buildings. So they are involved in, they have relationships with different collaborations with different professionals like musicians, drama-related people. They are enrolled with architects, artists, and everything. So this is some kind of an inspiration project that we too came across like 6-7 years ago. It's called the Archigram movement in 1960s. So here we studied and we realized that there is an importance of designing for predicted situations. The projects do not need to be built at that era, but it will give some inspiration to the other generations. So this is a very nice project that influenced both of us. It's about architecture, futuristic, unconventional, and influential things about this project.
Yeah, so here we are, like Saneep mentioned, we are going to talk about how architects can work with other fields as well. So this is actually in NASA. So in NASA, basically what they do is they get help from architects to develop the spaces outside the world, like basically the spaces where the astronauts go and do their researchers and everything. So basically, like this is the concept model the architects that are working in the NASA has been developed. So this is another module that they are developing on. So like things like this can maybe happen in like another 5-10 years. So basically it means this whole architectural thing can be go out of the space as well.
Actually, most of the projects are conceptual projects, but when in catastrophic situations, these projects or conceptual ideas can be developed, and with few modifications, they are ready in when the disaster situations occur.
Yeah, and also this is like one of my personal favorites. So like even in gaming, so architects plays a very big role. Like let's say about this particular game. So like in this game, they have took the help from architects to design to basically do the research of the gaming context and the environment, and to study the historical buildings and the historical structure, how it used to be during those days, and apply that in the gaming environment as well. So basically, it was the architects who designed the whole the 3D environment, and it related to the gaming environment as well. And this is a very interesting project as well. So this is Mark Fisher. He's basically a British architect, and he has been working with music industry. Like he was like a pioneer of the music industry. He worked with bands like Pink Floyd, U2, and AC/DC. Basically, he was designing the stage set. He basically used his architectural knowledge and applied that into the music industry. So these are some sketches and the drawings he did. What he did was he initially came up with his architectural concept and applied that into the musical field as well. So this is from the Pink Floyd's world tour. And you can see the sketches and the section, the ability of detailing, and he used that into the musical industry. And also, this is a structure designed by the architect Fisher as well. This is from the U2 I think 2009 World Tour. The structure and the whole environment, it was designed by him as well. So it means like it doesn't limited to, the architecture doesn't limited to building just like a small scale or like even a structure. It can be a very temporary structure or something like that as well. So this is also a very interesting person. So she's called a French artist called Camila. So what she does is she incorporates her whole art theme into the architectural field. So she basically uses the colors and the patterns and the textures into the existing architectural buildings and try to find a totally different language between art and architecture.
So today we are going to basically talk about 6 case studies. Few are on conceptual level at the moment, few are built. So basically we are dividing into how just the normal paintings, how it can give a value to country's economy or to survival of an individual as well as the country. So paintings and architecture. So we are going to talk about a series of paintings and also collaboration projects that we are doing at the moment. So one project we are doing with a fashion design graduate. So relationship of fashion and architecture, and also our day-to-day involvement in the community, how the community and architecture get together and how we can contribute to the general public as well as other societies as well. So, and also finally we are going to talk about 3 built projects, how art is involved in that project to enhance the quality of the space and everything. So one project we are selecting from a foreign context and 2 projects from Sri Lanka as well. So first project we have selected is normal paintings, how the paintings can give a value to reviving the past, building the future kind of a thing. So drawing Sri Lanka's architectural treasures. So experience the beauty of Sri Lanka, heritage architecture through art and tourism. So these are a few paintings I did during last couple of years. So I have given the attention. So as we, in the previous slides, as we explained, how a trained mind of an architect is different from just an artist. So he always gives attention to the details, materials, colors, textures. Normally in art, there are a few elements that we can use to give an experience, from line to shape to form to texture to color to space. So those elements in art, how an architect grab and give an reimagination during painting. So here in this painting, I have selected few colonial buildings in Colombo or in Petta, from old Cargills to old town hall, old parliament, old town hall, also the vehicles, peoples of that era. So these kind of paintings can give, like for tourists, also for local people, how our past was like and how we can use that past to generate income with tourism and stuff. So in the top also a series of paintings of colonial history, because buildings in architecture is a huge aspect with symbolism and everything. So this is a project that I did during a project in my master's 6th year during a conservation project. So this is Manor Fort. In the fort, so it's a very nice fort, and we have studied everything, and actually my design project was next to around here, so I have cropped, and now I am actually selling this painting for tourists and as well. So again, I wanted to emphasize is through a drawing or a painting, how we can give a message, or using that hashtag Visit Sri Lanka, how we can collaborate with other fields as well. And this is another perspective view of that manor fort. So as you can see, has captured the details of the old fort, giving an architectural value for that.
And also I like how Sandeepa identified the textures and the elements and the way he studies the very old building in Sri Lanka, and to, like, he basically put the whole awareness fact of the value of the old building, old colonial buildings, and let's say even the very old forts and everything, and he creates the whole awareness fact and bring those whole old buildings to closer to the whole general community as well. So that's what I really like about him and the study and his art as well.
One thing is, with today's modern social media and digital marketing, paintings we can distribute to world through social media, and with the modern usage of hashtags, meta tags and everything. So these paintings can go into different parts of the world very easily. And this is another painting of well-renowned architect Jeffrey Bawa, the Lunuganga. So the same aspects and colors, how the nature and the built architecture has the balance between that, I tried to emphasize through this painting. And this is another painting within a series of Jaffna, the Nallur Kovil, how the vibrance effect of the Jaffna, the people, I tried to emphasize with this painting. And this is a very beautiful but a beautiful building in Jaffna called Mantri Manai. And this is Red Mosque, as we all know. So what I wanted to emphasize is how the people, the spatial relationship into PETA, the building is situated in, and also with the people, I wanted to tell a story through this painting to the society as well as to the foreigners as well. So while doing the paintings, so the most recent interest, I think with Charith as well, is how the architecture or the architectural elements can relate into the field of fashion. So this is a project that I am collaborating with a fashion designer called Shavindi Wijesundara. So we are still at the research and the conceptual stage, but I will share you a few pictures, how the elements, how the architect, fashion designer collaboration, the output, how will it look like. So very basic things that I gathered with our education and with few site visits, how to define a building and what are the characteristics of a building. Basically, we define and we identify a building with these proportions, patterns, shapes, forms, colors, materials, textures, volumes, surface, styles, fonts, decoration, and elements. These are the things that we study in our architecture school, and these are the things that define a building as according to me. So I tried to, first I filled this column, and I was having a discussion with her, and we tried to have the similar things, have to emphasize the similar things, how the same aspects in architecture, how we can elaborate through fashion. So basically proportions are proportions in fashion as well. Some things like shapes to silhouettes, textiles, colors, fabric, materials, few things are layering, their techniques are different. So actually how these things can incorporate through a fashion using their techniques and styles. So these are few. We have selected 6 buildings as a start in Colombo. Old Cargill's building, Archives building, Red Mosque, Old Parliament. So like that we have selected 6 buildings in Colombo in colonial era. So I'm sharing 2 proposals at the moment, how the architectural characteristics that she is going to make into a costume, a series of costumes. How the colors, the textures, the elements and the calligraphy patterns, how we can incorporate into a fashion costume. And another way to have the collaboration that we are talking is to engage with the other communities. Like recently, I did a small workshop to the urban sketching community. So their main tagline is meet, sketch, and share. So I had the opportunity to use few of my paintings, some paintings I showed earlier. So for them, so in architectural aspect, I try to explain to them the value and how to draw in an urban sketching environment. So few examples we are showing, some things that Charith also did. So here we wanted to tell is the engagement with the community and architecture is very important, and another way of having the collaboration with the community. So we had this sketching session in Kamata here around BMICH. So a very loving community with all age groups from 5 to 6 years to 70 years. So everyone is doing the sketches, and I had the opportunity to do a small mini tutorial for them regarding the elements of art, architecture, and everything.
So basically, like Saneep mentioned, I'm also into this whole art scene as well. So these are some images that I've been incorporating and collaborating with some local communities and some foreign communities as well. So this is a program which was held like 2-3 months ago in the National Museum Greenwich in London. So basically, I displayed the artwork which inspired by Sri Lankan culture and the Sri Lankan elements over there in a digital display. So basically, that's about it. And we will be talking more about the projects we have been incorporated, the art architecturally. So this project, it was done during 2021 and 22. It was designed by myself and with architect Namila Gunatilaka. So this is basically a Sri Lankan restaurant in Nottingham, UK. So in here, what we wanted to do was to create a restaurant with a story of Sri Lankan identity and with Sri Lankan cultural elements and with Sri Lankan arts and everything. Like basically, we wanted to give the user a completely different Sri Lankan experience, even though it's in a completely different part of the world. So basically, these are the exterior images. We just wanted to show a glimpse of artworks, what's inside, and to show a glimpse of Sri Lankan cultural elements for the people who pass by. So basically, this is the interior. So since I did the design by myself with my partner, so we had the freedom to use the artworks to anywhere we want. So basically, even from the light fittings, what we did was we exported the stuff we selected the items from here and we got them imported to UK. And the whole artworks.
And I think it is during the COVID.
Yeah, it was during the COVID season, and it was very hard to stay here and do the designing over the video calls, and we had to do a complete 360 project.
3D model.
Yeah, 3D model. We got it done, and we had to examine that and do the design from that. So it was pretty interesting project. And even from the art, even from the art, we just want, like I mentioned before, we wanted to tell a story. So like even this wall, we want to create a bit of twist of pop art and the Sri Lankan cultural element. Like here, we want to like replicate the Apsara wall over there. And it was pretty fun to get their feedback, like what they think about Sri Lanka and the whole experience. It was pretty good. And the use of elements inside the interior, and even we try to use the Sri Lankan letters as design element as well. and yeah, the kitchen area, how to incorporate the art in a kitchen. Like, it was pretty challenging, but very fun and exciting.
I think after visiting this restaurant, few Sri Lankans have come to Sri Lanka as well.
Yeah.
He had few meetings because some foreigners, after visiting this restaurant, they got to know about Sri Lanka and
Sri Lanka, and they want to come. And those are like more interiors.
So here, Charith tried to draw few areas of Sri Lanka, so
Like,
some kind of a mapping.
And basically do a collage which showcase the Sri Lankan identity,
Variety, diversity,
varieties and everything. And this is another project that I've been collaborating with MICD Architects. This was done in 2021 as well. It was during the COVID season as well. So in here, we had I had a long chat with the designer who designed the whole thing. It was Kasun Jayaman from MICD Architects. And like what we wanted to do was to create a significant, a very totally different space in the buffet counter area, a space which gives to showcase the Sri Lankan identity to the foreigners and to anyone who visits the hotel. So those are the images. Like, the best thing was collaborating with other architectural practices is as a young architect, we get their exposure as well. Like, we get to learn from them, like to study their
also working with contractors, suppliers.
Yeah.
He has used few fonts, symbols of Sri Lanka by staying with his technique and style.
And this is another project that I have worked in 2020. So this is in the Warrant Office building in Colombo 2, and it was designed by the MBRDV Architects. So it's a very well-renowned architect firm in the world. So in here, what they wanted to do was, so basically a washroom is a very neglected space. So the architects wanted to convert that space into a very interesting space. So that's how the whole collaboration process happened. So in here, like, they gave me the complete freedom to come up with whatever I want and to apply that inside the washrooms. So with the architectural, the knowledge and the practice and everything, it helped me to put up a better job in the whole project. So actually, it's a multi-story building. So in each floor, they have like separate washrooms for the general public. So in each washroom, both male and females, they have put up with a different story. Like in each washroom, there is a different story. So yeah. So these are basically the images. Yeah, basically that's it from the project that we have been working on. And
actually, our time is also over. So what we wanted to tell is, we are still budding architects. We don't have much projects to show, but what we want to tell for the students and also for the curriculum of all the schools, you should give some weightage to this aspect as well. Architecture, we believe that architecture is not about the built structures or always built. So architects are trained mind people, so they can work and collaborate with other fields, other professionals, as well as with other architects as well. So and also with general public. So we are inviting. So I think here non-related architect friends are also here. We are inviting. Architects are ready to collaborate with you. Y'all can anytime y'all can contact and collaborate
with the architects.
Yes, so let's collaborate and bring our ideas to life, whether it's buildings, art, or any other innovative projects. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Give an opportunity for the students to ask our questions.